having you guys go through that because you're really bouncing each other, and I guess that's where the quality comes from. Now that I know, I mean, Bo, you come from the creative writing side. Brett, your passions for wrestling, and then they just slam together in this incredibly unique way. Yeah, I mean, if I don't catch, this is what I tell everyone who I don't. I find a way that it doesn't click for me. There's only so many hours in a day, but I will always download it and I will always play it. I may not listen to every word, but I know how important streams and downloads are. I will always download it. I will always stream it. I will always make sure it plays from beginning to end in one way, shape, or form. So I'll always support you guys. Keep up the great work, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, yeah, awesome, awesome. Looking forward to it. All right, let's get our. Oh shit, we're live with audio. I'm such a jerk off. Oh shit, here we go. Terrible Wrestling Takes podcast watch along for NXT Stand and Deliver. At least they haven't said it, but I'll say it. Joining me tonight, Triple B's, the Brainbuster Boys, Brett, Beaumont, Bishop here. We're here to do watch along night one NXT Stand and Deliver. Guys, introduce yourself. Not that everybody doesn't know who you are, but please let everybody know who you are. Well, it's my pleasure to host you guys. I appreciate you guys coming through. We talked a little bit after your debut WWE episode of the Brainbuster Boys after you guys were acquired. Now, was it a full release from Turner? I know you guys got into some legal trouble. I try not to get into the dirt sheets when it comes to legalities, but since I have you guys here, if you're allowed to talk about it, was it a clean break from Turner, or did was this a poaching situation? How'd that all play out? Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, thank you guys for coming along. If anything special happens on NXT, let me know because I lost my feed. So we'll see how this goes. You guys can be the curators of content when it comes to. Yeah. Well, yeah, it was supposed to be Tampa last year, and then they had to do it at the Performance Center. Yeah, yeah, and then they just re-upped in Tampa. Um, it was behind yours, so I hit refresh, and instead of it refreshing, it said "Go fuck yourself." So, yeah. Well, see, so I have Sling as well, so we should do this on Sling because Sling's always a minute behind on USA. So I was like, I might as well do Peacock because it'll be on time with everyone. But this Peacock thing has not been working so far. All right, so yeah, I have Pete Dunne at the top of the ramp. Okay, yeah. Oh, I don't even have my chat up. I'm all over the place. Yeah, this is bullshit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So I use OBS. I was using Twitch Studio, and then I found a way through Restream to get it. Restream.io. They don't sponsor, but they should. To get it across all the platforms at once. And I use OBS as my studio so I can get the awesome graphic that is now visible on all platforms as we speak. Yeah, I get some tweet. Oh, Gentleman Jack just no, Gentleman Jack just killed the bottle. Yeah. Yeah, this might be a Brainbusters Boy episode. That is more than fine with me. Everything is glitching on my computer. Oh, shouts to the wife. The wife retweeted the post here. Let's go. Awesome. Yes. Okay. Periscope. Here we go. Let's see here. It's I think I'm overloading my computer. I've done I don't know like 12 hours of podcasts in the last 5 days. I can't get good at it without trying. So I'm just gonna keep going until I'm incredibly comfortable. Um, yeah, that's why. I mean, I'm not looking to be incredibly comfortable with everybody before I jump into it. Fuck, I mean, we talked like 12 DMs. It's like fuck it, come on the show, let's do a watch along, have some fun. Probably me, probably. I did. I'm at Kushida in a reverse armbar situation, twisting. Kushida's on offense, and oh yeah, Pete just took it over. Hey, Bo, Asia Smith or Aja Smith, the referee, she is phenomenal at being a referee. AJA, yeah, yeah. I don't promote theft, so If Dan wants to be a Steeler, then that's his prerogative. But, yeah. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, well, that makes sense. Very strong Dan. Dan is made of steel. Very steely Dan. I gotcha. I gotcha. Strength. Makes sense. Oh, yeah. Stretching him inside the rope. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Peacock's got some, yeah. He's got some big shoes to fill. I was a big fan of how the network played. It's, yeah, I mean, the Peacock feed itself said 3.5. Um, but I don't know how accurate that is. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, they're. Oh, that's stupid. Go ahead. Yeah. Just in time 211's on YouTube saying no audio on the boys' end. I'm seeing you got. I have levels on you though. I have. Let me see here. I can. I have you. Oh, you know what? Let me see. Let me see if this is something here.
And our audio on Peacock just there it is.
How's that, Justin?
Justin, yo yo yo, yo yo yo. Check your rollies and drink your floaties. It's crime time.
You still only hear me? You didn't hear that okay promo? There it is. Yeah, I figured it out. Fuck everything up.
Now we just got to somehow sync up our feeds.
Yeah.
I don't know if how possible.
I just saw Pete Dunne crack the fingers into Kushida reversing it into a suplex, into a pin.
Let us know when you see Pete Dunne stomping on Kushida's head.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was a big ouchie.
So, Beau, what's been your favorite match that you've seen since you've been back? And I know you guys kind of covered this, but since you've actually started watching like real wrestling live, so whether it's on a Dynamite or a WWE product.
Man, so I feel like I have to put it some in the if you recall category and some in the
like
Dynamite category. The Dynamite category would probably have to be like that Kenny and Ray Phoenix match.
Oh,
probably
yeah.
My favorite one.
That was great watched from earlier this year. Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know.
There's Pete Dunne stomping on Kushida's head. That's how far behind I am.
We're probably
like 2 minutes.
20 to 30 seconds ahead of you, I'd say.
Oh, is it just that quick?
Earlier, it was only a few seconds, right?
Wow. Yeah.
We could try and go to USA, like get through this match and just see how that goes.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll
Ouch.
I'll do it at the same time. I will pull
because this is great.
Yeah. I'll pull this off of here. So bring that there.
Let's see.
Bring this here. He just stomped on the back of his elbow. It's so funny when I said ouchie.
There's so much action going on that I don't even know when that happened. What did you say the ref's name is? Aja Smith?
Yes.
Or Asia Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah. She
She came up as a wrestler, And I guess I don't know the story on why she had to go into refereeing, but you can see her body placement, like when she's jumping across wrestlers to get into position. She says a lot of referees just don't act that way. It's awesome.
I like that. Love good refereeing.
Well, you've come to the right place and left the wrong place.
Oh man, you're not wrong. Ooh, focused on that arm just like he was against O'Reilly in 2015.
Show on only one. Okay.
He's got his Marty McFly boots.
Oh, fuck.
Man, like that.
Ooh, nice.
Tight ass jeans, and that, especially that belt.
Yeah.
God. Like I'm even wearing a belt right now, and I don't like it.
Yeah, dude. Anytime I can go without a belt, I'm gonna do it. Like,
I wear shorts and sweatpants all the time.
I've been wearing a pair of like shorts that you would wear a belt, you know, zipper and whatnot. The last couple nights, they're a little tight on me, and it's been so good. Oh, very nice. Hoverboard lock. I mean, not to spoil.
No, that's fine. I'll know how many seconds. I'm at 2 hours. Oh, look at your feed. I'm at 2 hours and 58. 2 hours and 1 minute exactly.
We're at 2 hours and 1 minute exactly.
That's bullshit.
Kushida just twisted Dunn's arm and has got him in the armbar.
No, he just kicked him in the shoulder.
Yeah, we're at 2:01:12.
Clearly, I'm at 2:01:15. I'm ahead of you and completely behind.
Peacock's fucked, dude. Here we are at season 22 of NXT TakeOver.
Yep. So this is done on the outside. I'm assuming this is where the hoverboard lock's going to come in.
They go to the top rope, actually.
Yeah, he's pulling him to the top rope now. So I'm about a full minute behind.
Might be, yeah. And again, we can't pause, too,
Yep,
which
there it
tough.
is.
Like, that's typically what we would do on Sling, is like if one of us was ahead, we would just pause, sync up, and it was easy.
I'm gonna exit out of the internet again. Whatever.
That would have...
Whatever.
Even though he had the hold on him, his shoulders were down. See, I love being able to tell him stuff like that, that he has no, classic classic wrestling tropes.
If your shoulders are down.
Yeah.
Is not available. I can't get on it at all.
Can you?
And then it disappears. And
Is it live on YouTube?
I don't know what the YouTube thing is. I can never find it on YouTube. And then this is Twitch. Twitch is here, but
And Twitch is fucked up too?
Twitch stopped working.
Jesus.
Oh no.
Everyone's tired of seeing me.
There's nothing.
Maybe that's why Justin's on YouTube.
Well, the match is fucking tight.
What's your thing on YouTube? Is it just TWT?
No, it's a little bit different. Yeah, we're live on YouTube. YouTube's good.
Well, you should put that on your Twitter.
That'd be it.
It's in. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, that was sick.
I had to turn that down. Let's see here. Where's your Twitter on this? Twitter. Here.
I'll go get one.
Oh, right here. It's in the. Oh no, that's just something else. Well, that's still my channel. Fucker.
And you say I get pissed off at technology.
There you go.
Thanks, babe.
You got it. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Thank
Join
you.
the chat. Join the show.
Yeah. Enjoy the show. Thank you.
Oh man. All right. So that's there. I have no clue what to do about the other ones. Fuck it. Just come over to YouTube. I'm gonna throw this on the chat. Twitch just gives a black screen. You can still hear sound though. It's so weird. Fuck it.
Really?
Go to. You know what? This is what I'll do. I'll disconnect it. How about that? I will quit the fucking feeds to it.
What all
I
are
don't
you
care.
on Twitch and YouTube? Anything else?
It's Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter all at once.
Okay. Oh, so you can watch actually live through Twitter. Nice.
Yeah, it's just the only thing that sucks is you have to go if I can pin the tweet so it stays at the top of my feed. So you'd have to come on my feed instead of it keep auto-populating into everyone else's feed that follows you. So it's a little rough. However that's going to play out. Let me Let's see if I can get to the Restream website or something. Could be worse.
Yeah.
Did the match end yet? Who won?
Yeah. Dunn won.
Really?
Yeah.
Kushida's got to get some fucking wins, man.
I know. That's what I picked him. I'm like, he's got to get a big win. And, like, Dunn didn't need it right now. You know,
at
like,
all.
He's had them. I mean, I love Dunn. I love both those guys. But, yeah, Kushida, like, so, again, I'm a big New Japan fan. And Kushida was fucking awesome over there. Like, he was the ace of the juniors, they called him, you know. Had the junior belt, like, 4 or 5 times. And, like, I think was one of the best technical wrestlers in the world, as they said. And, like, he came over to NXT and just wasn't used a whole lot. And when he was, like, the matches just weren't very. And I'm like, man, this guy's just so much better than this. And when I saw that Gargano match, I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, this is what I want to see. Like, this is how good this guy is. But you're right. He hasn't really gotten that big win yet. And he needed it more than Dunn. But the match was great. I mean, really enjoyed it.
Right now, I'm getting a preview of WrestleMania with Edge on.
So are we.
Okay.
Daniel Bryan just came on the screen.
I got Roman Reigns. Just came on the screen. So I'm probably a minute behind. Even I went back in there. I'm just going to leave it at this because I got to change inputs and shit on the TV that I was using. So I'll just leave it at this. I'm not too worried about it.
We could, I'll at least see what USA does on our end. And maybe
you do USA, I do Peacock.
I can at least try.
Yeah, there goes Daniel Bryan now. So fucking stupid.
It is fucking. And again, Peacock can't fucking pause. How hard is that? Like, of everything, I feel like that shouldn't be too difficult. But what do I know?
And I don't know why it wouldn't be just fucking live.
Yeah.
Like, live.
Yeah. Let's see here. Guide.
Justin Time 211 says, shouts to the missus. Yes, sir. That match was dope. As it was holding good. I can't wait to rewatch it tomorrow.
See, NXT 2 hours 5 minutes, or USA says 2 hours 5 minutes. So we'll see.
And do you have
that match wasn't super long. So we'll see. So I've got a commercial on USA right now, so I'll let you know when it comes back.
Right.
And see if we're synced up and all.
Stream monitoring. Okay, so there's a live dashboard here. That's up. Keyframe, last event or live studio. I don't want to do that. I'll turn off Twitch. Fuck Twitch. Turn off Periscope. That's good. I got 3 on YouTube. Please restart your broadcast to apply changes. Of course, that's what I have to do. Not restarting the broadcast. The only thing I like about restarting the broadcast is that it fucking it cuts the video. It won't, like, you have to start a brand new video. I mean, not that it matters. Just fucking train wreck.
Hey, we're here. We're down for whatever. If you want to restart video, whatever. We're here for it.
Yeah, fuck it. It's the worst that can happen. You know what? This is, no, I was going to say, I'll change the title of it, but then when I change the title of it to catch us on YouTube, it'll be fucking restart the stream. Oh, I know how I can do it. We're going to do it this way. Your audio got loud again. I hear Mickey James.
Yeah, that's the USA commercial. I'll turn it down.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I just assumed Mickey James. Give me that color. And I will write.
Yeah, tomorrow's show is just on Peacock, right?
Yeah.
Getting a commercial here.
Well, I guess this wouldn't fucking matter if you can't see the video. I'm such an asshole. Whatever.
And mine just came back, and Leon Ruff and Swerve Scott were in the ring, and the bell just rang.
I'm hearing them say, "Get inside the ring."
What's up? Into article.
Oh wow! Thank you.
Wow.
Ruff just took his shirt off.
Okay,
the bell
here.
just rang.
Let me pause, so I can pause now. So
Okay.
let me know when Swerve. So Ruff is draped over the outside on the barricade, and Swerve runs and gives him a drop kick. Let me know when
Okay.
that happens, and then I'll hit play.
He's draped over. He is running and drop kick. Ruff
Boom.
fell to the ground.
So we should be within a second right now.
No.
Okay.
So I popped on USA where we're able to actually
We're under-
pause.
we're under the
We are under the undercarriage.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Here we go.
So at least we should be in sync now.
Yeah, like the band.
Yeah. Ooh, I was gonna say bop, but I meant pop.
No,
I meant
that's a fucking that's a me joke right
Oh,
there.
man.
Right there. Oh man.
All
All
right.
right. So, all right, cool. So we're synced up.
We're picking fireman's carry
Yep.
right now.
Fireman's carry. Is he going in the ring? Is he going on the table? Ruff is off into the table.
Yep.
Bang,
Ruff.
bang.
Flying cutter. Hell yeah.
That twisting cutter's so cool.
That was sick. Yeah, so this is the gauntlet match. Isaiah Swerve Scott and Leon Ruff.
And it's an eliminator gauntlet with
Yes.
a 3-minute interval. I thought that was pretty cool.
3-minute interval.
Yeah, so if this match isn't done in 3 minutes, then the next guy comes in and
Oh!
he goes into it. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I thought it was just a standard gauntlet where like someone had to win and then the next guy and then some. Okay, so this will be a multi-man. That makes more sense because I'm like this match alone could go an hour. You know, if they did it by traditional, when Rollins, whenever it was, however many years ago, went like well over an hour on Raw.
Yep.
That was back when I was still fully engaged.
All right. Let me move my shit around again.
Yeah, we're engaged.
Be married.
Oh, no. Did I just fuck things up? I think, because I fucking
Oh,
the
man,
Zoom window.
Read these off. The grade.
Uh,
Grade
Are
A.
you reading off your balls?
Yeah, like new balls with little or no imperfections.
Yeah.
Grade B, good quality balls with minor abrasions or slight discoloration.
These are golf balls, by the way.
C, playable balls with slightly more abrasions or discoloration. And then significant discoloration or ablation. Great for practice.
Used golf balls that my mom got me for Easter because I just recently got into golf.
From Pervert Golf.
All right, Bronson
Yeah, I
Reed.
mean, any used golf ball or any used balls with abrasions definitely be handled with care and easily thrown away.
Yes. Oh, I know what I'm going to do instead of taking notes. I'll just read someone's recap, and that'll give me enough bullets to be able to like work my way
Do
through.
you use like what? Do you usually go to like? Is it like a SB Nation or a fancy?
So I rarely do it. I usually have enough notes myself that I don't need to. But there's a site tjrwrestling.net. I think it is. Like he's not listening, but it's a guy. I met him. He lives in Canada. When I dated a girl that lived up there, I actually met him in person. But just someone I found years and years ago, and have always been a follow his shit and does good recaps. So.
I'll have to check that out because like I could use that.
Yeah.
Let's do last week.
Oh man, yeah. I
Some
think
of the shit we cut last week.
I think I told you like it was when we've gone to the WWE. We'll record Raw and NXT on Thursdays, and then we'll record SmackDown and our Total Recall on Saturday.
Yeah.
And the Thursday recording, just we both kind of had some personal shit going on, and
Space, man.
just whatever else, and like Raw sucked, and it was a tough recording for us to get through, and we're like, oh, this episode might suck, but just the beauty of editing,
And finding that country song.
the rodeo song,
like that fucking saved our ass
kind of just
so hard.
set the feet. Oh my God, look at that fucking double German suplex. Is that where you're
I
at?
saw him like
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah.
LA Night.
Well, just in the Battle Royal last week. Remember he had the butt out?
Oh yeah, he had the butt out. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was he butted out Austin Theory last week.
In theory.
And then it was Cameron Grimes, and then Loomis was standing in the corner the whole time, and then he came over with Grimes and Knight to dump him out. Hell yeah.
Is Justin, real quick, Justin in the chat's being our producer. Justin, is there an echo with my mic? He said there was an echo in the audio, and I was letting you guys just go without jumping in. You were also saying something that didn't need me to jump in. So, Justin, is my mic good as well?
Thank you, Justin. We love you.
You're very kind. Man.
There he is, Cameron Grimes.
Just in time, 211 is the fucking man. If you haven't heard it, our preview for Stand and Deliver, talk about a killer debut on a podcast. Just in time, 211 absolutely crushed it.
We agree.
We agree. And let's make another big debut.
So I remember listening. So I picked Loomis in this match. I think Beau picked LA Knight. And I believe the two of you maybe had that as well, or maybe you both picked Loomis.
The Loomis aspect, I know we were both agreeing on when it came to just how the story's going.
Where money paid just have Monopoly money?
I love Scott's taking it, shakes his. Cameron Grimes is awesome, man. He geeks me out big time.
Yeah, I don't like this character in particular because I was never a fan of high pitched heels. So when he's that volume, it's just like I get it, dude. To the moon, all right. And the problem is he's so fucking good at wrestling that I'm annoyed. It was kind of like the Sami Zayn conspiracy character. It's evolved into something really cool. But he's so good at wrestling. For me, I don't need all that bullshit. So it's annoying.
I feel you.
But I get it. I mean, did you happen to hear his interview on After the Bell with Corey Graves?
I did not. No.
It's worth a listen. He is so earnest about what he's been through to get where he is, and this character is legit. He actually did get in on that GameStop shit early, and he hit a couple $1 million and was like,
"Oh, really?
Well, I guess I could turn it." Yeah. Yeah, he's like, out of nowhere, I was a millionaire, and this is what I'm doing now. And it didn't sound like bullshit, and it definitely wasn't in character. So, you guys should check it out.
Yeah, hell yeah. That was a nice fucking throw to the corner there. Ruff might be dead.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the money. The money throw to the corner was pretty nice, too.
And this match, I'm much more intrigued and excited about this now that I've seen the format. I just assumed it was going to be a traditional gauntlet. So,
right.
And I'm down.
Putting the clock on made it real interesting.
Yeah. So someone's coming in every 3 minutes? You said.
Yeah, 3 minutes. Yep.
I thought it was just typically a gauntlet match. Yeah, like two men have a match. Loser leaves, new guy comes in. Loser leaves, new guy or gal comes in, or woman, whatever. Jeez, I'm all out of sorts. I'm rough, dude. Oh,
so is Leon.
Leon.
Hey, all right, see if we can navigate some people over to YouTube for the sake of.
Here comes Loomis. Yeah, I mean, I think it's got to be Loomis or LA Knight. Those two make the most sense for sure. And yeah, again, coming from the outside, and I've been watching a good amount of NXT, but not every week. I knew Loomis and Gargano kind of had something going on, but have they had a singles match for the North American title, Loomis and Gargano?
I don't think no, not for the title. Holy shit. That was loud. No, I don't think they had one for the title. They have wrestled before.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the feed over.
There's our first elimination.
Okay, so I was about a half a second behind you on that, which is fine.
I'll press pause for a half second.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No,
I love it.
Yeah.
So trust me, I know how much I love being synced up, so I do my damnedest.
Appreciate that.
Like live show, just not being able to talk about it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like when we were a minute off, it's like I don't want to spoil it for you, and then it's like I have to do my reaction, and it's just tough. So yeah, dude. Somehow we keep even getting a little more off, so just let me know. And I'm glad on USA I can pause. So
Loomis just springboard suplexed him.
Yep,
and Grimes got caught, and then springboard suplex.
Yep.
Awesome.
I think Peacock is just slow.
Yeah.
Jeremy in time 211 just showed up. I don't know how I feel about Swerve Scott as a heel yet. Great point, Jeremy. Justin's brother, Jeremy. Thanks for coming through. Swerve Scott's so good. He's so good, but he's playing it off.
Yeah, so my first introduction to him was in Lucha Underground. I can't even remember what his character's name was right now. Did you watch Lucha Underground?
No, I know he was Shane Strickland on with what
Oh,
was it, Impact?
his name was Killshot. He wore a
Okay.
mask. Yeah, just did crazy high flying shit, and I'm like, yeah, this guy is unreal. So it's been cool to see. Like, he's damn good, and I haven't seen much of his heel work yet, but I'm intrigued for sure.
Yeah, he plays a pretty decent asshole.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. Nice. Look at that strength.
So good.
Nice. Good work, Cam.
Yeah, he's been
Are you
flying out.
familiar with Loomis outside of NXT or WWE?
Not one bit.
Yeah,
Are
I
you?
heard he did this character in TNA. No, I knew nothing about him. Impact, yeah. No, I look when I say this on a podcast often, but it's fine. When I got back into wrestling, it was like 6 months before WrestleMania 31, and I went WWE heavy across the board. Even when AJ Styles came back, I watched a bunch of YouTube videos and was like, okay, I get it.
Oh,
I still haven't backtracked anything from anyone. I haven't watched any Tyler Black. I haven't watched any Kevin Steen. I haven't watched any El Generico. And as I go to jump into New Japan, like when Kenny was with Okada doing that stuff,
the best.
no matter what, I don't stay. Whatever it is, whatever the presentation is, I just don't stay. So I was like, like even LA Knight, I hear awesome things about Eli Drake. I don't go and look out because I'm not going to stay there. Let me just take in all the LA Knight possible.
I feel you. Absolutely. I wish you just still went by Eli Knight. I'm
for sure.
not a huge fan of we are not a huge fan of the LA Knight name, but I like him, and I saw a little bit of Eli Drake. I watched some of the NWA Power, which I enjoyed. The presentation alone was cool, like the old school studio stuff. But he cut some promos on there that I'm like, okay, this guy's pretty legit. But I'd never really seen him wrestle. Oh, now we have to deal with fucking picture-in-picture on USA.
Is that the case of Lupa?
It is the case of Lupa.
I had that.
It's a pretty solid.
I just
man.
got a knee. LA Knight just need Bronson Reed. You're at picture-in-picture.
We are, but we can still see it though.
Samoan drop.
Samoan drop. Yeah, we're good.
All
We're
right.
gonna see 5 hour.
Shouts to Graham. Graham is officially
Yo,
in the YouTube
what
chat.
up, Graham?
Oh, there he is.
Podcast Sherpa bringing us all together.
Yeah, we have not seen you. That was January 2nd, wasn't it?
Yeah. Thank God it wasn't January 1st. Man, we've been a shell of ourselves.
We were together on New Year's Eve. There's us two and one other friend. Like, just kept it real tight, and we had a wonderful night. And actually developed a lot of ideas for our show that night, and it was a beautiful night. But like, we're like, thank God the interview with Good Cop Bad Cop wasn't January 1st. Even on the 2nd, still, I drank a little bit.
Oh
on
no,
the first
I ordered
two.
a large pizza and like ate all that motherfucker, man.
But like, I can just kind of transport back to that moment of time. That was the first interview we ever did on another podcast. Was that one?
Yeah, we prepped. We were very diligent about prepping.
Yeah, it's like, oh fuck, we got to have a good cop moment, a bad cop moment.
Before we got it premiered on BGM, so it was like,
yeah.
Even before our episode 7 it came on, like it was our first thing back.
It was
since episode 6.
We did the live stream.
Yeah, live. Yeah. So our first thing back, like we.
Yeah, that was a big moment for us, and we're back to live now on USA. By the way, so yes, thank you, Graham and Matt out there. We love you both.
We love you guys. Like eternally thankful,
and can't wait to do more. Oh wow, LA Knight! Look at that.
Oh man,
very nice.
I'd like to do more Good Cop Bad Cop, but let's take it arrested.
Superplex. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the nice leap to the top, and he almost over rotated on that.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen of Loomis, I'm a fan of this guy.
Graham in the YouTube chat says the only podcast that gives you homework before you appear. Absolutely, sir.
Oh, look at this pen! Oh wow! There goes Loomis!
No!
Whoa!
No!
Big shock there.
Wow!
No, I think Grimes like helped with the pin almost is what it looked like. That was Wow.
So it's Dexter Loomis, right?
Correct. Ooh. So, all right, all bets are off now.
Except for me.
Ooh. Because now it's almost like it
Nice.
looks like they may pin Knight. Yeah.
yeah.
And now we're going to get a Knight Loomis feud, it may appear.
Wow.
Wow. So we're going to, I think Bronson Reed. Yeah.
Bronson Reed.
I mean,
Let's
Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes. But I think Bronson will win because Grimes did get a shot at the North American title at one point, right?
Yeah.
Like last fall or something.
Yeah, he had a really good match with Gar. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it? Or about? I can't remember.
Yeah, but I think it happened. But I mean, this will be a great feud. They've now kind of, I like this. But yeah, I mean, these again, both us and you and Justin were both saying like it's got to be one of those two guys, and we couldn't have been more wrong. And I love when that happens.
Oh, absolutely.
Honestly,
That's the point.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. Exactly. That is like the best. And I'll be honest, like that's what AEW did a lot for me is like they keep you guessing and like it's a little more unpredictable to me at least than just like the sense of urgency they have over there. And I don't know if I'm allowed to be talking about this, but
hey, you're on my show. You're on my show. If your contract with WWE extends over to my show, then you got a bad contract.
Well,
you can say anything you want.
Well, if the goddamn it that Vince gave, what's their first I thought it was.
God
damn
it!
All of a sudden he may be watching this.
Yeah, we don't know how he's hearing our show before it releases. That's been weird. So,
well, then shouts to Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
If Vince is here, shouts to Vince. What's up, Vince? For some reason, my chat isn't working either, so this is awesome. I love this. I'm getting everybody's chat, but I just tried typing K and it didn't go through. On my
here goes Grimes, I think. Oh no, he's gonna get the pin. Oh,
come on!
Wow. What if Swerve Scott?
I just replied.
What if Swerve Scott just won this match?
It's possible.
I don't know if you can read that, but like that's the plot.
I see the first part.
He's bugged us and he's using that to remind it. Like,
yeah,
that would be a really good,
an
interesting development. I think that it was him who did it.
Yeah. This match has been fucking tight. I wish we were in sync for the first match because it was also great, but I'm glad we are now, and I honestly can't wait to go back and rewatch that first one too. They kept it quick and they kept the pace up, and it never lulled. Like it was awesome. But it's much better this way. And yeah, I feel like Bronson Reed's gonna win, but what if Swerve Scott just won this motherfucker?
He's been in it. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Like. Far earlier than the other two, it seems like.
But Reed's the only baby face here, so that would make the most sense. But again.
Well, they made the deal in the beginning to work with each other.
Ooh! Damn, this match is fucking tight, dude.
Wow.
Just the counters are fucking crisp. Oh, he's got the tights. Oh, no! Now he's got the tights. That's it. Got him.
Wow, you're a 3 count in front of me.
Yeah, how is that happening?
I have no clue, man.
Peacock
just operates on a fucking
3.
delay.
I thought so.
Over 3 counts.
I mean, we've
holding aside.
Yep. I'll just like once every 3 minutes, I'll just hit pause for 1 second.
Jesus.
I mean, we've now 3 times had to resync on this setup. So Peacock just. Their seconds must be like 0.95 seconds.
Something like that. It's weird. It's
Fuck
fucking
Peacock. Weird. But hey, here we go. This is, I mean, again, I don't think anyone would have predicted these two as the final two.
No way. I mean, Bronson Reed had the outside shot anyway because he's just always built so strong.
Yeah.
But to have Scott there when he really hasn't been getting anything is
and has looked great in this match too.
Absolutely.
Started it off with our sync moment, kicking Leon Ruff. And yeah, man, he's gotten in some big moves. And yeah, logic would tell you Bronson Reed here, but I really would love to see Mr. Swerve win this.
Whoa.
What the fuck is he doing?
Oh!
Hell yeah, brother. This is awesome.
Wow.
Is that Don't You Do It? It's him, isn't it? It's him,
I didn't get a good look.
Don't you
do it.
Is that him?
I think that's him, yeah.
It's Don't you do it?
Don't you do it.
Don't you do it.
That was from 2 weeks ago, NXT, when Raquel almost was about to put Io through the table, and the ref was just like, no,
Don't you do
and
it.
we just turned it into, don't you do it. Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, my feed just buffered again. So funny. He hits him with it.
Ooh.
1, 2. Oh.
All right, I'm pausing for 2 seconds.
Yeah, my feed just buffered. It's so stupid.
I got Swerve Scott going like this, and the replay coming up right now.
Replay.
Yeah. That's got to be what it is, just buffering.
Connects, yeah.
Yeah, because we've probably paused. We're probably like 30 seconds back on the USA feed at this, which is total. I'd rather be in sync with you than live.
Yeah.
So,
well, when this match ends, I'm gonna plug my Fire Stick back in and see if I can sling it.
Oh,
hell yeah,
there you go.
Sling it. All right, this match rules. By the way, of all the matches on this card, this was one that I wasn't really excited about. And for it to be this good, buckle the fuck up.
Well, they did. Going with the 3-minute interval was
Great
genius.
Call. Yes, agreed. It's made this so much more compelling. And again, we've now got a tailor-made feud out of this. And Swerve Scott, win or lose, looks like a fucking star.
Yeah. Especially breaking down Bronson Reed the way he is.
Yeah, dude. Like it's looking like Bronson's gonna win this, but man, like this is your classic case of like in the Stone Cold Brett. Like both guys just look brilliant here. I mean, that's a match in and of itself. But
so the only thing I take issue with NXT in the moment is that they're starting to not continue momentum on some people. If Swerve comes out of this with a loss, ow!
Now you're ahead of us.
No, I'm buffering. Holy shit!
Going to the top. He's going to the top.
Now he's going to the top.
I think this is it.
If they don't do anything with Swerve after this match, then again they're losing momentum.
I agree.
The tsunami. Bronson Reed.
Yes, sirree. I think, again, you got a little behind, so I held off on reaction.
Yeah,
but, man,
appreciate
great
it.
match.
Wow.
And you're absolutely right. What do you do with Swerve here? You got to capitalize on it. One way or the other. Because what a performance that was.
Yep. All right.
And Bronson Reed is fucking tight. Yeah. I mean, this is, again, like, makes sense. He got the big win over LA Knight. It took 3 guys to eliminate him last week. Now he gets the big win, and frankly, he might beat Gargano.
No, he very well could. I mean, he's set up to look so strong. But in the really good way of storytelling, he's grabbing his ribs. They work the ribs the entire match.
Yeah.
If Johnny's first move tomorrow night is a kick to the ribs, that's the biggest difference between NXT and AEW. They work towards a reason for having the match. All right, I'm going to fuck with my Fire Stick. I can still hear you. And I'll aim the mic over there so maybe I can communicate if something outlandish comes up.
You're good. Yeah, go ahead and grab one for me.
Right. Should we do IPAs or should we do hell? What
Just surprise me. Surprise me. That match is going to be sick. Oh, yeah. Yes. I didn't see any of that, but
She's put down a performance like this, you might get to the crust and think, it's over. No. Let's hear it from the...
it is. Yes. What am I? Excuse me. Yeah, I'll turn it back. Oh man, fuck. Just again, I know I've already said it, but the fact that you can't pause is insane. Or yeah, commercial break.
I decided to go a little easy this time. Do you want the Reds? The West Side.
I'll do the Reds.
West Side
Yeah.
fucking murder the Pirates Pilsner. Like, God, just fucking murdering.
Skull fuck the Pirates. Pilsner. Yeah, Walter Ciampa is.
Really?
It is.
So,
Yeah, I can't fucking wait. Oh man. I've got an Olive. Go get olive.com. But we had paused a few times, so we may be behind. Let me know when yours comes back from commercial. And we'll do the same because we may be behind you at this point. I see a Peacock commercial right now for WrestleMania. Oh shit. Okay, I've got still USA Peacock bullshit. Yeah, now Miz and Mrs. Okay, so I'm just gonna fast forward to live. I have Candice LeRae. Yeah, I've got the COVID commercial. On NXT. Do you want to hit pause? Because we're probably just a few seconds behind you now. And I'm live on my end. All right, I'm back. Had he come out yet? I'll let you know when he walks out. We're getting close. I see him right in front of the two eyes. Go ahead. All right. I'd say we're within a second or two, if anything. So perfect. Yeah, man, that's the funny thing. Like, now that you're on USA, we're behind. And that's typically how things are.
He looks like a Final Fantasy villain. Look, some sort of bossy fight.
Write that down, because those are the notes you're not going to get in a recap, but written by someone else.
Ciampa looks like. I mean, maybe there's somebody like me out there.
Ciampa just got. Yes, sir.
He looks like a Final Fantasy villain. Yeah,
Let's do it. I'm fucking. I said this to you earlier. I'm excited to watch Beau's first Walter match.
Well, you know, we make fun of like. No, we didn't make fun of it. We discussed how gray his facial hair was.
Oh, Ciampa? No, I
That
think.
doesn't mean he's old because, like, literally the majority of my facial hair is gray.
Well, I did.
Or at least half of mine.
On episode 15, I did say it looks like he's aged 40 years since I've been watching NXT consistently.
Yeah, he definitely does look like he's in his 40s.
But the more important note I made is this is the first match of any real significant consequence of his I've seen in probably 2 years. And man, like in 2018, this guy was the best fucking heel in the business. And just to see him on the other side, and he can work. So, and Walter is one of the best in the fucking world. So let's go.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm also glad Jeremy invented Just for Men. You know, must have named it after the first letter of his name, J, Just for Men. Yeah. Oh yeah, stroke of brilliance.
Yeah,
you know? If you don't have a child named Jimmy,
look at him.
be upset, and you don't want to see me upset. See me upset now.
Look at Ciampa. He's just staring him down. I've written one thing: Pete Dunne versus Kushida.
Look at mine. Just look at this slop. Look at Pete Dunne. Yeah, I spelled D-O-N-E.
Oh, that's the funniest I've laughed all night. Pete Dunne
versus Kushida. They look upset, real flippy. Eating.
All right, there he is. Let's go. This should be sick. So, who did you pick in this one? I agree. And so I said to Beau, like, he's had that belt for what, 2 years, and he hasn't defended it a ton. And I know like, COVID played into that. And it's like he is fucking shredded. Yeah, holy fuck. But it's like, yeah, he's had the belt for so long. Like, he's gonna have to lose it at some point. Also, look at his intangible, unbeatable. That's a tough intangible to beat.
He's longest reigning champion in WWE's modern era. It says
Walter, his intangible. I gotta write that down. Yes. Can hear you. Justin, can you hear me?
And I gotta load the settings. Check, check.
I think that's don't you do it.
Check.
I think he is the way he's demonstrating.
I thought it was the other guy.
Well, I think the way
because I think he has more facial hair.
Really?
That's I don't know.
Justin, how about
now? Check. Hello, Justin.
Justin's got you guys. All right, good to go. All right, we're good. Let's watch this
for
match.
Real though, have you ever seen Tommaso Ciampa so lean?
No, it's scary.
Never.
I hate it.
Not even.
I haven't seen anyone so lean since the cuisine.
And that's lean as fuck.
Yeah.
So is this lean? Did you just say this is lean versus cuisine? Are you saying that Walter's the cuisine?
I think it is. Write it down. Lean versus cuisine, and we will give you all the credit for that.
No, you can take it because when you see Walter, you have to explain it. I will not explain it to Walter, especially after a chop happens.
And he looks. Yeah, you're right. Ciampa looks crazy, and I love it.
He's gonna lose though. I feel like
I don't want him to.
I don't want him to either. But I feel like the way this is set up, they're like giving you your reward early on.
Yeah, and, I mean that's kind of what they did with Kushida, and yeah, he just got fucking smoked. Yeah. And just like that. Yeah, one chop, and now he's just gonna fucking and this is what I want. Like, this is what I was envisioning. Just him fucking just dismantling this guy. Because Walter will dismantle people.
Jesus, I looked down for 1 second.
What about that Walter Tyler Bate match from a couple years ago? Like,
so good.
42 minutes of just mayhem. Yeah, that's an insane match. Walter versus Pete Dunne a couple years ago was incredible. Pete Dunne, D-O-N-E. Oh, God. I just broke the table in half.
With a chop.
Yeah. Look at Ciampa. Dude, it's insane. He's got to be, what, $170 soaking wet?
Oh, no, he's 210.
Is that what they said?
5'11",
yeah, I mean, yeah, $170 was... But, man, he doesn't even look that big. And not that he was, like, significantly bigger than he is now, but I bet he's lost 20 pounds.
Sure. Well, like you said, lean.
Yeah,
he's
as our friend Dan Callis would say on New Japan commentary, he's added 10 pounds of lean muscle, Kevin. He's shredded.
Yeah, that was Spanish to me. I don't understand what you just said.
Callis used to be a
I get
commentator
it.
in New Japan. There was one Kenny match, though. He's like, look at him, Kevin. He's shredded. He's put on 15 pounds of lean muscle. And it just always keeps He's hitting him so hard as he's selling the forearms. Oh, and that'll do it, too.
A chop to the forearm?
Yep.
So good. This is exactly what we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I
An
love
absolute fight.
the slugfest. Oh, God.
Jeremy in the chat on YouTube says, I don't think anyone could pay me enough to take a Walter chop. Sure. I'll do it for some money. Hell yeah.
I do it for like would you do it for $1,000? Let's start out there.
I would go higher.
Higher, 2,000,
Yeah.
5,000. Like, cause I like this shit.
Yeah, I do
20.
too.
20.
Yeah.
20 is the lowest I would go.
Yeah.
20,000.
20 is the lowest I would go. Ooh.
Oh, just take like a full like non-kayfabe chop.
I think I'd
straight like
I'd do it for 10.
like cause like me and like people have talked like how
I
much you
love
would pay
this.
to like
Dude, I love this hypothetical.
yeah
game.
like how much you would pay for Mike Tyson to hit you in the
Oh,
face.
yeah.
Like how much like are we talking that like or are we talking like kayfabe? You know?
No, we're talking real shit.
Oh,
So
okay.
in this context, I think all wrestlers have said it. Chops aren't kayfabe. Like when you get hit with a chop, you
Correct.
get hit with a chop.
You see
So,
the red chest
yeah.
all the time.
So
yeah.
you know what
Look at-
Walter can do, the sound they can generate. To get one of those chops taken, I would start it at like $1 million, right? Because that's absurd. So then there's going to be some type of counter, and during the negotiation, my number one goal is to get a house paid off, right?
Oh,
So
okay, there you go.
So
Absolutely.
200 give me,
Very
you know,
material goals
Yep.
there.
yeah, you know, with a buffer, right? So if I get like 250 grand, it pays off the house, gives me a couple extra bucks, and I can do all kinds of shit. But the least amount I would take is 20 grand because we just got a car a year ago and there's 20,000 left. So I got to get, you know what I mean? It has to be that. If it's 5 grand, like I can spend that on accident like an asshole, like go down a rabbit hole of spending shit. 5 grand, it doesn't help.
Yeah.
20 would because it pays off the car. 250, pays off the house and the car.
Yep.
You gotta be practical.
Love it. No, dude, my old boss with the Bengals, actually, we used to do this game all the time. And I would always stem it back to the $1 Million Man. Everyone's got a price.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, you pick the game, whatever it is, and you start the bidding. All right,
all
what's
that
the
is like-
lowest you would take?
Like all I'm like Mike Tyson would hit you in the face.
Yeah.
It's like could like really fuck you up for life.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, that's the
would,
difference.
I
Yeah.
would much rather take a Walter chop than a Mike Tyson punch to the face.
Oh, dude,
Let's
I
put
think
it
Mike
that way.
Tyson punch in the face would like
That could do serious
it would
damage.
destroy my facial structure.
Yeah.
You know, like that.
And we can't do that.
No, we can't do that.
Because then you would definitely have to go by Mont. You wouldn't be able to go by Bud.
No Monty, just Mont. I love it. I might just start calling him Mont.
You guys,
Mont Rand. Sounds great.
do it, Montran.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
it sounds like a character in a Wes Anderson movie.
it really does. This is also great. Like this reminds me of Pete Dunne Kushida, but just the strong style version of that.
Yeah.
Like, that was more submission and counter based, and this is just like slugfest war. And like again, fucking Walter, look at him, just stepping on him. Like
So
this guy
good.
is so great. Yeah, it's so good. See, you feel the love here, you feel the passion.
Tonight.
Yes, I do. I'm glad that the people get to see you outside of your comfort zone of the way you guys have your podcast. I mean, not in the comfort zone of broadcasting. And what
Sure.
you guys do, you put a show together for pure entertainment purposes that has the through line of it. You have two different ones. You have the storylines of what happens to you guys and also the product that you observe. I just hit picture in picture. You guys picture in picture as well? Okay.
Yes, sir.
You say he
Yeah, so this is just wrestling with you guys. I mean, I have no
Yeah.
problem playing along for sure, but this is just you guys in wrestling, which is great.
And this is my ultimate comfort. So, like, and we're recording in my bedroom right now, actually, which is where I watch all my wrestling. So like, this is honestly my sanctuary. And I think I mentioned, like, I would put the network on 5-6 nights out of the week just to go to sleep to, and I'll put on whatever old pay-per-view or whatever old Raw or just crazy weird wrestling shit that's on. They're just like, it's what I always got to have something to like fall asleep to. And that's just so easy to me. And I'll watch Raws from '98 that I remembered watching live when I was a kid. And like that shit like, really ignites it. But yeah, dude, this really is my ultimate comfort zone. And I've told him, like, with doing this show, like, I live for this shit and I love this shit. For him, it's all new. And I don't want to say it's a chore for you, but like it's so ingrained in me and my life that it's like I could watch and talk about wrestling all day, every day.
Well, like, you know, like, I don't know. I just enjoyed the entire sort of like vibe and atmosphere we kind of create. Like, you know, like, so I went down to this area in Kentucky called Red River Gorge. It's a real pretty area,
beautiful
in eastern Kentucky. And I get this cabin by myself, and it's after our episode 13. So after the sacrifice, after what happened, happened there. So I decided to go there to reflect. I'm not joking. And and I decided to go there, write some stuff, and do some things. And like I remember, I get down there, I unload all my groceries and all my beer, and I get everything in the cabin's fridge and staying it alone. And
it's a Wednesday night.
It's a Wednesday night, and I, we've been talking, we've been promoting the show. We got our press release out, and I was like, you want to watch Dynamite?
And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude! I'm watching it anyway. I never expected that you would have said that, and we fired and watched Dynamite.
Nice.
Together. And yeah, that was a proud moment for me.
Yeah, it was cool. Like it was very cool. In a like a place, in a strange place, I kind of gravitated toward that. So
yeah,
because of that, it must mean something.
Yep. Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah, and again, like that's kind of I was like millimeters away from starting a wrestling podcast with a guy I didn't know very well who was a big fan and who already had a podcast about like the local rap scene here in Cincinnati.
Okay.
And it just kind of like, oh, sick. I've been trying to do a podcast, and we had a few meetings about it. And like, again, we were very, very close, and it just didn't feel right. And Beau had just graduated grad school, as he said, and he did a podcast there. And like, we've been friends since 2013 and like have a lot of common interests, and even more so than I realize every day, We both love even numbers, and we both like make your own 6-packs and little bullshit like that. But yeah, it was just like, it just came to me of like, what? And he talked about doing another podcast with me. Nice German suplex. And nice clothesline. I feel like we're getting, but like, it just came to me. I'm like, I'm a diehard fan. He went to Uncensored 99 and watched as an Attitude Era. And like, I know he's one of the funniest people I know, and he is a writer and loves it. It's like, we can make this work. And I was just like, kind of drunk and whatever, and just texted him like, hey man, I've got this idea for a podcast that I think could work, but you're going to have to start watching wrestling pretty seriously. And he's like, I'm in without any hesitation.
That's so cool, man. That's awesome. That's awesome that it's worked out too.
And here we are in this fucking awesome
I put
mess.
myself in situations that I, wouldn't imagine myself in a year ago or 2 years ago. And I think,
he's biting him. Oh, knee to the back. Are we still on sync here?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Into the face. Yep. Fucking
double clothesline into an armbar.
Yeah.
The fact that Ciampa doesn't even have ass fat. This guy shredded every bit of fat. Because you got to find it somewhere on him. He has no fat on him whatsoever.
You're absolutely right.
Fuck.
And both of their chests are just beat red.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like you said. You can't kayfabe a chop. No matter who you are.
No.
Especially if you're Walter. Oh, there's a contractor working on the house next to mine, and you can just hear drilled nails because we've got our windows open here.
It's not coming through. Everything's cool.
Yeah, I know. It's funny as hell.
Have you guys considered doing a like an alternate universe of what you guys already do, or maybe like an out of context version of what you do?
kind of.
Yeah, but we talked about who the alternate universe bring, but like if Greg Goldman and like, you know, whomever else were the Brainbuster boys, you know, we kicked around.
But also we've talked, like, you know, we did the movie reviews, but just recordings of us watching the shitty TNT movies, like. But he had an idea about talking about, and he tweeted about it, like the Mighty Ducks.
Sort of like a deep cut on that. Like I've seen the Mighty Ducks more in Spanish than I have in English, so I have a very unique knowledge of that. Well, like there's a story structure to like the Mighty Ducks that's like
he's been beating the fuck out of the headbutt.
It's a very like hero's journey sort of thing that you could see in like, you know. It's not like Star Wars, but you know, it's you know.
So we've talked about kind of us as these characters, as the Brainbuster boys, and just as us human beings, like doing other podcast stuff.
Yeah,
it's not this show, but we haven't really gone beyond just ideating. So, you know, I think the sky's the limit.
No, the sky is the limit. You know, it's just oh my God!
It's just a time thing. As you almost
really
shit.
He hit it.
He hit it. Might win. Oh! And these are the moments you fucking live for right here. Those near fall, and that actually, the near fall was one of my potential names for the podcast that didn't happen.
Solid name.
I'll tell you what, it took fucking forever for me to come up with the name. Like, I had so many through with that other guy, and then when I knew it was going to be he and I, it actually happened much quicker. I can't even tell you how it came to me, but I'm like, Brainbuster boys, and you're like, yeah, that sounds great. Yeah. And then I can't do Photoshop with shit, and I put his head over Tully's and mine over Arn's, and I'm like, all right, let's do it. We got to have a logo for Spotify and SoundCloud.
And then we kind of, evolved to where we are now,
Because I wanted something that was different than just like the Near Fall or the Crimson Mask or whatever.
We have the alliteration going for us, which I think is huge.
And we've got the freebies here tonight. Bishop the third B.
Yeah, you can move diagonal across the chessboard, they say.
Yes.
This match fucking rules.
I do nothing in a straight line.
This match fucking rules. Walter just walked through a chopper on here. This is fucking great. So this is the type of shit you would see in 90s All Japan. Not Old Japan, All Japan.
Oh,
nice.
So like
he caught one.
Oh! No, they're separate. Oh, God. And Walter's shaking off that hand, too. I love that subtlety. Oh, man. Doing some Zack Sabre Jr. shit here. Man, this match.
This is so brutal.
God bless. He's going to hit him again. That might be it.
God.
My gosh.
This match is awesome.
Yeah,
what are we watching?
Match of the night thus far.
This match is incredible.
See, man, I wish I could get you on board for some New Japan or Old All Japan. I told Justin today I'm gonna work up a spreadsheet of some like old Japan match. Like this just reminds me of that style. And if you like this, I got some shit for you. I know you won't say, but you can watch a match. Oh fuck.
Yeah. No, I definitely like. I have a copy of Wrestle Kingdom, and I still haven't watched it yet.
And that's what I love about it. It's like that's kind of the King's Road style they call it. It's really just about like just really wearing down your opponent until you can't go anymore. And it's like what else
had nothing left.
One final chop that took it that. So like I love that shit, man.
Wow.
I'm someone who does this, especially recently. Like I'll rate matches on a star scale of my scale, not the Meltzer scale. And it's been fun because I have one friend and he and I do it together. And this is the first year we've ever actually done it. But we would talk about Meltzer's ratings and kind of like give ours. But like we've actually put it on paper. And man, I'm not going to say that was a 5-star match, but it was pretty fucking close. And upon a rewatch, it like that, you get a feeling. Stars, whatever, throw that shit out the window. That's how I categorize it. But
agree.
When a match gets to a certain point, they've got you on a string. What's going to happen? Oh my God, chop,
strike, chop, strike. Like, oh, fuck, and the emotions there and everything. And that's what this match did to me. Fuck
No,
it.
absolutely, and I think that's why I take such beef at people who stand up for AEW so often, because they don't do something as simple as what Walter did by selling the hand, but Ciampa attacking the hand to weaken the chops. Yet the entire through line in the match was about Walter's hand and how deadly the chops were, and like you said, it's where he just was worn out. There was nothing left out of Ciampa.
Yep.
That whole through line in the match of Walter's hand is something that I don't get when I tune into New Japan when it's Kenny and Okada. It was about who's going to hit the finisher first because they've never been kicked out of, and they're going to do a whole bunch of shit until the finisher happens. Okay. And all the other shit that happened was about weakening the opponent, and the opponents never looked weak. Not to get into that, but in this match, you are dead right. The fact that it was about Ciampa just had nothing left. Oh, it's brutal.
Look at Walter's chest. So, like, he went through a fucking war, you know?
And he can't... And he's
still shaking the fucking hand.
Still selling the hand.
What a goddamn pro.
Phoenix can't sell a fucking Canadian Destroyer. Ray Phoenix doesn't sell a Canadian Destroyer just so he can take a fucking Cody Cutter, and Walter's still selling the hand after the match is over. That's the kind of shit that I get into.
And I love what we just saw. I love this shit more than anything. But here, like AEW, there is some of that in it. Like Eddie Kingston, I think Moxley does it pretty well. Like you see it, not as consistently. But to your point though, I totally agree about call it a spot fest or whatever you want.
Yeah.
One move going to another, little logic, but to me, it's still very entertaining. It's a different kind of wrestling, and I know it's not for everyone. But like when wrestling, like we just saw, simple, made sense. It was fucking brutal, and like again, it was just like I kind of compare it to like a video game when you have your health meter. Yeah, Ciampa's health meter just ran out, and that's all that is. And like it's so simple, and I love it. And that's
shouts in the YouTube chat real quick. Graham saying, "Wow, thought he would kick out for sure there." Jeremy in the chat says, "Fucking phenomenal match." Justin Time to 11 says, "Well, I've officially lost my voice. That was phenomenal." I could not agree more. I am, and during these watch-alongs, I say it too, I am going to do a rewatch. I always rewatch it because the distraction of going back and forth, trying to take notes, mentally go back. I was on the hook for every situation in this match.
Same.
I cannot wait to rewatch this because it's just, they told a beautiful story. It was so epic, so awesome.
And even like through, like we had a commercial on, and even through that, like I was still watching, and you're not quite, but that gave us a little more chance to talk too. But it's like, that was a fucking great match.
And there was an outstanding chop in the picture-in-picture. It took me away. Like we were chatting a bit. I was like, oh shit,
dude.
Yeah, so good, so good, so good. Yeah, that was awesome.
This is what you come to the dance for.
Yeah,
hell yeah. So what do we got? What do we got? 2 matches left. We have the tag team match and then the women's title match.
I think so. We might get this in 2 hours, or just they've
right around 10 o'clock. Yeah,
been going like 2:05, 2:10.
Yeah, about that. Yep.
I think it might. I mean, I'm surprised, but like the pacing of this show has been excellent. Like that first match is probably like 13 minutes. The gauntlet was maybe 20, but like you're right, like. They wouldn't have been able to do this with a normal gauntlet match.
Yeah. No, it was so brilliant. So brilliant. Graham in the chat says wrestling at 1 time speed is really weird. Yeah, that guy does everything at 12 times speed.
I thought it was a geek. Remember when Graham told us, like, I listened to all podcasts at about 2 or 2.5 times speed.
What do we say?
And that's slow for him.
Just fucking churning through. I mean, I love it. I fucking love it. And again, that's how he finds people like us. People like
CBS, like, could you imagine?
Yeah.
Like what he had to deal with, man. Like, you're a pro, dude.
Yeah, we love you, Graham.
Yeah, no, we do.
I feel like Graham is like our dad.
Yeah, like our
Yeah,
father.
he is. He is. I call him the
He's
podcast
he's like our
Sherpa.
father who didn't teach us how to speak British English.
Yeah.
Teach us how to speak
The Queen's English.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
like I think I was talking to you about it too, and like Graham and the dudes from View from the Top Rope in Wisconsin, and like one of the coolest fucking things about all this has just been meeting so many people that live in so many different areas.
Yeah, that's been really rad.
And it's like I can't wait when the world opens back up, and it's coming. It's coming soon. Like I have my 2 vaccines. He's getting his second next week. It's like
nice.
We've been talking so long with the guys from View from the Top Rope. We're like, we're coming to Wisconsin this summer. 6-hour drive.
I was in Milwaukee last summer.
Yeah.
During all the crazy
Like
shit,
6-hour drive, and that we've like worked with those guys a lot. We've been on their show twice. They've been some characters on our show, and like we've developed a real friendship with them. And it's like, can't wait to hang out with those guys this summer. And it's like I can't wait to one day meet you in person, and Graham.
I appreciate that.
Dustin and everyone. Like for real, like everyone feels like a friend, and like this is just the beginning of everything that we're all doing here. Like all of it. Like you started what, September of last year?
Yeah, right. End of August. Yep.
Yeah, we're November. So it's like everyone's still so new at this, and like I said it earlier, sky's the limit with all this shit, like the world. We're coming out of this bullshit.
Yeah, I tell you, the gift and the curse of the pandemic, and not to be, sour on anyone who's been through way worse than me. I lost my job right at the beginning of like mid-June, towards the beginning of July, and I talked about doing wrestling podcasts for like 5 years. Yeah. I never knew how to do it. I listened to a podcast. They were advertising Anchor. I checked it out, and I was like, my biggest concern was opening an account for every platform possible. Anchor goes, we'll put it everywhere for you. I said, okay, now how do I record it? I looked up how to record it. I figured it out. Fucking from August to April, I figured out all of this stuff. I continue to, as I say, build a baseline of where my podcast is. And I know by the time I hit episode 100, which is in 16 episodes, fucking so many. But I do it because putting the work in is what makes you realize your growth, your progress. So I figure I'm going to put the work in. Oh, this is... Yeah. Okay, all three in the ring at once.
Back to it, yeah.
Yeah, they're really going for it. Okay.
Yeah, you don't see this. Yeah, usually it's still 2 in the ring and they have to tag out. They're really going for it. Keep going.
So this is going to be one fall.
Yes, I believe so.
Awesome. But yeah, long story short, without the pandemic, I would have never had the opportunity to make the podcast because I've always found an excuse not to.
I don't think we would have been ours too. Because we were both kind of in a. Because really, as I was in kind of a position, kind of not in the career field that I wanted to be in, and then to be tossed this bone was
which has been a bone.
It's been a bone. It's been a big bone, but I've been able to wrap my mouth around it.
And Tommaso chomp on it a little bit.
Just the nibble.
Yeah, again, like I said, I work for a startup media company, so we got all the equipment from my partner, and shouts to Red Fly Media, the name of my company, and we were recording out of his studio, and we're like, let's just bring, but then we were inconveniencing him, and I'm like, let's just bring it all to my house, and he was fine with it, and yeah, it's been one of those things. I used to do fucking Facebook videos myself, just ranking stuff, whether it be music or wrestling or just talk about baseball or whatever. I just sit in my bed without any microphone and just talk. And started doing more formal music reviews and whatnot. But I've always kind of had the bug for this type of shit. And it's been awesome when people watch and get involved and just somehow I have this ability to just get people talking and when I can get people that don't like wrestling to watch and like wrestling, that's one of my biggest fucking goals in life. And now he's locked into it for however long this shit goes. But yeah, I don't think this really would have happened without the pandemic either. And then
no, it really just kind of allowed us to kind of lock in and kind of be able to do this without the distraction of because we do a lot of this on the weekends.
Yeah,
right?
mostly on the weekends.
Without, and we're both in our 30s too, so without this vibrant. And hell, if it were 5 years earlier, it'd be a lot harder. I think a social life
right
from all directions.
I think we're a little more just focused on shit. And
kind of know what we want.
feel like I don't. How old are you, if you don't mind?
36.
Okay, so a few years old. So, like, yeah, I feel like once you get into your early 30s, at least for me, it's like, okay, you kind of start trimming some of the fat in your life and party a little bit less, whatever else, and, you know, really focus on the things that matter to you and that make you happy and the people that make you happy as well. And, you know, I think
1,000%.
COVID especially just crystallized all of that for me personally. And, you know, like I said, we'd always been friends, but we were never as close as we are now, that's for sure. And it never really lived in the same. So, like, that's been a cool thing, too, is it certainly bonded us so much closer together than we ever were.
Exactly. Yeah.
And, you know, we have so many common interests and we push each other creatively all the time.
We really do. Yeah. And
It's been awesome. Right?
It's been a very vibrant, ever-evolving synthesis of ideas and things.
And for me, again, personally, I think you could agree, and we haven't really watched much of this match, but it's, you know, and again, I work for a startup and don't make a ton of money and have another business where I'm involved in real estate investment with other people's money. And it, you know, there's a lot of stress in my life generally, but there's so much more happiness because of what I'm doing. But like, whenever there's stress in my day-to-day shit, like, I know whenever he's coming over to watch Dynamite or NXT or we're going to record tonight, it's like those moments kind of take me out of the rest of the bullshit in life and just like, wow, I know I'm going to have fun for the next 3 hours.
No, I took the next few days off work just to, like, you know, really throw myself at what we're doing this weekend. To make sure it's going to be the best it can be and make sure we have the best time that we can have doing this, just to make sure, you know, it's fulfilling to us. And, you know, if it's fulfilling to us, it's going to be fulfilling to our listeners and just know it, you know. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Graham agrees as well. Relatable moment there with his co-host as well. And same here. And just in time to 11 again with the hashtag RS of the IWC. Completely agree. Like, you know, wow. Fucking MSK does some cool shit.
Yeah.
Jesus. No, look, I've spent my life trying to figure out where I fit in and, you know, and just kind of, you know, I mean, you know, since we're around the same age, we know the era of, you know, wrestling is stupid and what are you watching this for and all that shit. And then, you know, when you get into talking about it, I did the podcast with Justin 2.5 hours. I had my buddy Matt Red Fox from Night of the Living podcast, who we just met on Twitter during the pandemic. 3.5 hours talking about wrestling. Yesterday was one of the coolest days of my life, period. I did 3 hours with Chat Grapple and Cheap Pops podcast. They're in the UK. 2 hours later, when that was finished, 2 hours later, I was with my buddy Ref Marsh from Wrestling on the Rocks podcast. He's in Arizona doing a podcast with him for 2 hours.
Nice double coast to coast there, by the way.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, so like being able to connect with these people who, and you guys as well, you're in Cincinnati area. You know, in the span of 5 days, I've done 12 plus hours of content, not complaining, enjoying myself with people I would have never met any other way. Exactly. How cool is that? How fucking cool is that?
I agree 1,000,000%. Like that, as much as I love wrestling and love talking about it and love watching it, like I really think I'll take that away more than anything. Like I said, literally genuine friendships, and also like whenever you travel, like knowing that like, hey, if I go to the Philly area or any of those,
for sure,
that you're within an hour or two away, like I'm gonna hit you up. And anytime I'm in near Wisconsin or Chicago, I'm gonna hit those or make these trips within 10 because like it all means that much to me now. So. Yeah,
no, absolutely.
As good as anything with all this.
Shouts to GR Lunar coming through on the YouTube chat. He said, came to say wrestling sucks, LOL. Yes, GR Lunar was on the, Fastlane watch along. Had a good time with him there, too. He's in and out of wrestling as a host, but definitely watches it all the time. And then Just in Time 211 says, yeah, but Lunar is Chad Gable's twin. He looks like Shorty G and a half.
I'm going to say wrestling's fucking sick. And I'm going to go grab us a couple beers.
Yeah, grab us. Yeah, I will entertain
the
show, yeah. All right.
Now,
they want to ask me for your entire life.
What is more entertaining creativity-wise? in this picture-in-picture? Is it the dog show commercial or the wrestling show?
Oh no, it's the wrestling show because like dog shows, I think are just sad. You know, like I just never want to be somebody who owns my dog who's like, yes, I want to teach you to walk on the leash that fucking well.
Yeah.
You know, like to the point where like I don't want to ever make somebody obey me to that like level. Would that not be miserable? To like be like, oh yeah, I have someone subjugated to that point. Now we're back on, but subjugated to that point where they can obey me, to where they can win a competition based on their obedience. Like, fuck that.
Sure.
Man.
And are you more proud of your dog for listening, or are you more proud of yourself for teaching the dog to do that?
I don't know. Like it must be this like dark symbiotic relationship full of like this ego feeding thing where like, you know, you can't sleep at night and you wake up and your dog's staring at you and it loves you too much. You know,
Right.
but,
What were you guys talking about?
oh, we were talking
Life.
Yeah. Hold on. Now, what happened?
I asked him what the meaning of life was, and he said every dog show has its purpose.
Yeah, every dog. Show.
Yeah. I would agree with
I
that.
got a tropic flare.
Tropic Ric Flair.
You have me fired up. Oh no, we shouldn't fire it up.
No.
We should put it out.
Put that cigarette out. We'll just say it.
Shouts to Mean Gene.
Yeah, dude, this has been awesome. After our first match hiccups, which was fine.
Yeah, we're now in Okerlund Global Media.
Yeah, we are in Okerlund Global Media. We've like joke one, Visionaries Global Media shouts. But yeah, we've joked about maybe it'll really happen, making our own Okerlund Global Media.
Nice.
Number one source for put that. Well, I mean, we're gonna do an anti-smoking ad too with it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
What's the inspiration for the commercials on your podcast?
So that just started with 2 episodes ago. We kind of used that to replace the movies. It's kind of like our break, so to speak.
Because USA is pretty similar to Turner.
Yeah.
Like to the point where I feel like redundancy.
Oh,
would be an
wow.
issue.
Nice flip. Yeah,
so-
like
so on
all
that-
the movies were like the same.
So on the podcast I worked in grad school, I was in charge of writing like ridiculous commercials that were fake.
Shit.
Oh Lord. So like, you know, we just decided to bring that to this and give it a go.
And for some weird reason, Mr. McMahon really likes Xanax.
Yeah, he loves Xanax.
I see that. Well, Xanitizer and
Hand sanitizer and Xannibergs.
yeah.
So we'll give you a little peek behind the curtain on Xannibergs at least.
Yeah,
so
I'll
literally,
talk about it.
this was last summer. You know, pandemic, but our one buddy had like, it was like literally one of the first times that we were like outside together cooking out, like seeing people.
Oh hell, playing cornhole and shit. And I learned that one of my goals this summer was whenever I moved back, I moved to a place with the grill, and I was like, I want to learn how to grill. I never learned how to grill, so that was just sort of a little goal for me. So I did, and I learned a burger recipe from this guy that just wasn't like simply patting meat and slapping it there, but it was rather like, you know, taking your burger meat, your ground beef, and putting like eggs in it and oats and all this, you know,
panko
breading and Worcestershire and all this crazy shit. So, you know, like, so the recipe's fairly complicated. Like, you know, I put like 2-to-1 panko breading in there. So like the carb load is just like through the fucking roof.
So there's probably 6, 7, 8 of us that ate these, and they were fucking awesome burgers.
You could hear a crunch to it.
They were great, but no shit. Every single one of us was just laying in the drive. We were like, "Oh my god, I'm so cashed," and it was hot, and we were drinking beers all day, but it knocked everybody out. And I don't know if it was Dylan or you or Rich or one of our buddies. Like, yeah, there's Zanny burgers, and we're like, "Oh my god!" So,
You know?
yeah, that's just the type of shit we.
So that kind of set us on that. You know? Maybe we'll have a ad for real Xanax here soon.
And you had written the hand sanitizer for your other show, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I written hand sanitizer. Yeah,
which obviously was very topical during the pandemic.
Sure.
Topical
No, I thought it was brilliant. I thought the hand sanitizer was brilliant. And then to say that they should be consumed together.
I mean, there's nothing better than
brilliant line.
slathering some hand Zanny on some Zanny burgers. Back to the match. I picked the Grizzled Young Veterans here, and it looks like they might. Oh, you get the classic here. I always love when this shit happens. You just can't submit because you're holding hands.
But where's Phantasma? There they are.
Oh, you're ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
By how much?
like a second or two.
All right.
Not much. I got one of the Phantasmas on the top rope and stomped to the back and splash on the other and Death Valley Driver and oh shit, that was like I feel like we've been, at least I've been like half paying attention to this match and this is fucking tight, you know? Like what a fucking again, like as much as I love AEW and of course still do, like I've been as excited for these two shows.
Goldman's
as any like AEW pay-per-view or anything in the last year. Like this shit still gets my rocks off, so to speak.
See, that's the difference between me and you.
Sorry,
the difference between me and you is that you can maintain the enthusiasm, and it's just I guess it's a difference in how we view it. But when I get pulled back into AEW and it doesn't land, I don't get pulled back in again unless it's something really creative, like the exploding barbed wire death match. And then when that ended the way it did, I was like, how do you continue to watch this?
It was tough.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a low point for AEW from what I
so here
but most of the fans didn't call it out as a low point, and that was a problem for me too. They're like, oh well, the matches were good, or the match was good without it anyway. And it's like, well, the point was the end of the match, and then the way they called it out afterwards, because Tony Khan was trying to stay in kayfabe doing interviews and shit, and I'm like, no, man, just say you fucked up, own it, and promise it'll be better next time, and I would have more faith that I'll get better product when I tune in.
I agree, and I did call it their lowest point as a company. So I went to All In. I wear this fucking hat all the time. It means a lot to me. Just that was an interesting point in my life that kind of led to my trajectory.
It was a great show. All In was a great show.
It was one of the best live event experiences of my life. And I go to a ton of live music shows and festivals. Like, I live for this shit. And, like, it was incredible. Just the energy in that building, the crowd, just, like, what it was in wrestling. And so, like, I always tell people that just kind of sealed me as an AEW mark. And, like, just is what it is. But yeah, I mean, trust me, I still understand their flaws, and I was telling Justin this, like I can just kind of look past them a little easier and just still be very entertained by the product as a whole.
Yeah.
But man, what we're seeing tonight is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I think AEW serves the purpose it should.
Yep.
Way to go. What a match. So it was an elimination match. I didn't realize that. It looks like Phantasma got eliminated while we were talking, and I missed that.
Did they really?
That's what it seemed like, yeah.
No,
either way, that was awesome.
I guess my rationale was they just won the Dusty Cup, so I'm like, oh, maybe they'll give someone else the belts. But, like, the two matches I've seen of them, and I haven't seen, like, any of their TNA or
yeah, me neither.
But I think one or both of them are either from or wrestled a lot in Dayton, Ohio, which is like less than an hour north. So like they've got some local connections. So I'm always here for that too. And like, man, they're just fucking excited.
Yeah.
So I'm here for it.
I'm gonna get up and grab a drink real quick.
Yes,
I'll be back in a couple seconds.
All right. Now we entertain.
Hello. Hi, Justin and Graham. We can't see the comments.
Yeah. So now we got to talk about whatever we want to talk about.
Yeah. Well, what do you want to talk
Jim
about?
Ross cover, Tony Schiavone.
What do you got coming up next? Equalizer.
No, man, let's talk about the Equalizer. Remember that moment where we talked about how like it was this close to bursting into John Q2?
I think it might as well be.
It might as well. Like, yeah, like they were in the hospital and like he could have easily just
well, if you remember,
commandeered that son of a bitch.
I think it was View from the Top Rope. That's what I picked as my favorite twin whatever.
Oh, our favorite cop movie. Yes, mine was the fan.
No. When we did the twin cinema pick, I took it my own way and said John Q and
Equalizer. Oh, yeah. Wow. What an early like we're for a lot episode too. You know?
Oh, it was important. It was done well, at least edited. There's Michael Adams.
Michael Adams. What was he doing there?
Just giving him the belts, I guess. Just showing him some love.
Yeah.
Man, what a fucking show.
I'm back.
Awesome. Oh, we just were. I don't even know what we were.
I heard you.
And
yeah. Talking about the equalizer and stuff.
Yeah. Pretty standard fare, BBB
Look at
stuff.
me message here. Hang on, let me see it.
Hey, Justin Time 211's calling for a hit watch.
Hit watch.
Hey, watch. Well,
Dude, is that happening on the other fucking program?
No, I don't know. Who cares?
like if
We care.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Well, so that's like the one thing we follow and like obviously made a big thing. So we've said like if Moxley hits Dan Callis, like we are going to do like an emergency hide this from Mr. McMahon
Sure.
Gotcha.
reaction in some way, shape, because that's been something we've just built up. And that literally just came from us editing the episode when Moxley and Omega had the match and listening
Yeah.
back. And he said, well, Moxley hit Dan Cat. Dan. And that's always, and that was, it's always kind of been, he just mispronounces names. Again, I don't know how much of it is real and how much he's working me. I think it's mostly real.
Oh, no, that one was
Definitely
that was
real.
the most real. Where I like smacked my lips like.
Yeah. And I'm like, wait a second, hit pause. Did you just call him Dan Callis? And then literally, you've heard, like, it took on a life of its own.
Like I was trying to like unearth this fact.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I had found this like important
Artifact,
point.
yeah.
Like this important point that had been like overlooked throughout the entire match. That like, especially like we talk about the rose.
Yeah.
The rose exploding because he was wearing this rose on his
Like
lapel.
a boutonniere.
Yeah.
And then when he hit the ground, it's the pedals.
And then JR's like, well, that made an impact.
And the best part is he didn't even really hit him. He more just shoved him. But like it was already hit watch. And once we created the sound effect for it, we were off to the races.
Yeah.
So like that's the thing. It's been one of like the big things on our show that like we've said. I hope it doesn't happen when we're covering WWE, but
Yeah.
because we both thought Moxley was going to kind of go away for a bit after he lost the death match, but
Sure.
he's having the kid, but he's still been on. So
Yeah, no, I listened to one of the Hit Watch episodes where you made it a thing, and I was like, how much do these guys spend on how much time do you guys spend on editing? The way you put in
a lot.
the sound effects, it's just it layers really well. Your episodes come out really well.
We put a lot of time and thought into it. for sure.
I would say about
6 hours an episode, maybe.
Wow.
I would say between 4 to 8, depending on
Yeah.
point. Like I'd say like an AEW episode takes about 5 to 6, and WWE one takes about 7 to 8.
Yeah, because we record like these have been longer just because we've been talking about.
Well, and it takes us a while to like coordinate. Like, right, we're going to end it today. We get together, and then we kind of like fix them to get off the ground. And
But
like,
we've also
figure
been
out what
able.
our approach to the episode is.
We've been able to have a nice flow when we do it mostly together in person, but we have had a nice flow, at least editing over Zoom. Because like he can share his screen and I can hear everything and like see Reaper and whatever. And like honestly, man, some of the most fun shit is like finding those sound effects. So like when we find the perfect one and we just literally are dying laughing.
What's her like Sinister Jim Mitchell? That's
So that was AEW. I don't know. It was the wedding between Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford, which literally is one of the worst segments they've done, and I like dog shit. I'll say. So like they had this pastor who I learned his name was Sinister, mostly James Mitchell. He was in like the WWE version of ECW and like just played small roles and like. He stole the segment. He was like the only thing that made it somewhat funny, and he was like a real greaseball. And I think
my uncle's name is Jim
and his
Mitchell.
uncle's
Who's
name.
a big wrestling fan who's really greasy.
Yeah. So it all was funny, and literally we have this. It's called Story Blocks, is where we get our sound effects.
Okay.
And we just type in greasy and see what comes up. That song was it. And we listened to it, and about 5 seconds in, we looked at each other and we're like, yep, that's it.
The same thing with the country music,
So, like, that's the beauty of a lot of it is we'll just literally say greasy or hammer or whatever it is and just type it and see what comes up. And it's like, okay, that doesn't work, and we'll try. And, like, just the beauty of when we look at each other, we're like, that's it. And then, like, then it comes for 4 or 5 episodes and whatever. Like, that's what's been so fun. Again, it's like the editing process, which I knew nothing. Like he does the editing, but we're together always, and like we make these decisions together. But like, you know,
Exactly.
there were some episodes early when we weren't, and we're like, we just have to do it together because it's just
Yeah, well, episode 2 is when we figured out we hooked my computer up to the TV.
TV we're watching right now.
And we went through it like, you know, like I had done about 30 to 45 minutes of actually,
It wasn't even that long.
20, 15 minutes, yeah, of an episode. Well, like our first one using heavy sound effects, and I was like kind of drunk the night before, and I was like throwing sound effects in left and right, you know, just like, you know, experimenting. And yeah, you know, we just, you know, trial and error did, and like it was a big learning process, and we were together in the same room, and like
And just went
I, like,
laughing.
yeah, and that day was like the day that we like put our finger on the pulse of what Brainbuster Boys really is.
Yep.
I feel like, and yeah, it was back in November, and you know, then we had Turner Thanksgiving, and we experimented with the structure then, and then we kind of went back to what we were doing, and we went to the storylines with VGM after, like we kind of got like, oh yeah, like there are people out there who like you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that was weird. Like, you know, again, shouts to Justin. Like, I told this to him yesterday. Oh, getting a little buzzed. Like, anytime we would release an episode, and we always tag a bunch of people, and like, I would always, like, the moment I know he's just going to quote tweet it and say, like, I can't wait to listen to this, and I'm excited to settle in on my Sunday. It's like, that shit, like, keeps us going.
So
Like,
cool,
when
man.
People, yeah, like, and Justin, you're the best. We love you. And,
Shouts to Justin Time 211.
yeah, like, that shit. And, you know, we're not doing this for, you know, to get the gratification, but when you get it, it makes it that much better, you know? Like, we do it because we love it, and we have so much fun with it, but, like, the moment people started catching on, it's like, I guess we got something here.
oh yeah, and like now, like whenever I talk to people about Brainbuster Boys, like Brainbuster Boys is the thing that exists now outside of us. Like,
Yeah.
like we created a living, breathing organism
There she is.
that like does not belong, like, you know, to us anymore. That belongs to us in a great degree, but you know, now it's like, you know, we kind of are the feel to it, and we got to figure out, like, you know, how to, like, you know, start the fire if you
We did, and as great as this night has been, we talked about it on Wednesday, like,
Yeah.
the build to this, like, this should be fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
You turned the-
Back,
Oh, you
back,
turned
to,
the AC
back to your
on?
guys' show a little bit. We talked a little bit before we got on. You know, I wanted to commend you guys beforehand, but I'll say it on, you know, with those in the chat as well. You guys have found such a unique way to bring your own storytelling to wrestling, include wrestling, without being too much of your own gimmick. You know, like, some of it's for me, some's for not. It's just the way the stories are told and my personal taste. But I appreciate how you guys do put it together, because the work itself and it all makes sense. I mean, that's so commendable. You guys put in so much effort and you put out such a clean product. And I mean, look, you guys have tagged me in every episode since you've been on Good Cop, Bad Cop. You've tagged me on every episode, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then I'll listen to a couple, and then I won't, and then I will, and then I won't. And when you reached out going into the WWE stuff, I was like, absolutely got you, no problem. But the following and conversations that you guys create when every episode comes out, I'm like, man, that kind of engagement is what we're all looking for. You guys have built, like you said, your own organism of what the Brainbuster Boys are, and you guys should be applauded for that. You guys do a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
I mean,
Yeah, and
like,
I think you said it makes sense. And I think, like wrestling, like, when it makes sense, that's when it's great. And I think we do put a lot of effort into
Yes.
making it make sense.
Yeah,
And, like, especially
yes.
with episode 14, where we had all the calls and the everything.
I was terrified. Like, you know, like, oh my god, we made it in this episode. I thought this was gonna be the big fuck you episode.
He did. I'm like, I know this is brilliant.
Like, I thought everyone's gonna hate it. I thought the pacing in the middle was brutal.
He did. He's like, we need to cut some of this out. I'm like, we're not cutting the New Japan
No, I
call.
wanted to cut New Japan. And
I'm like,
I
no.
knew it was a non-starter. I knew it was a non-starter from the beginning. Like, and it's just like, you know, I'm like stressing out over this. But like, the one thing that came across during that episode was like the stress and the intensity of like what
A
we
lot
were
of that
dealing
was
with.
really real.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. And like, I thought like, you know, we method acted the hell out of that, and I'm really proud
Like,
of that.
my tire
Yeah.
really did blow out. I really did get sick from the vaccine. Like, all that stuff really happened that
Wow.
week. That, like, it really was a lot of art imitating life. And like, you know, I actually, it was the end of episode 13 of after the cult stuff that I know you weren't a fan of. And that's so, like, I cried. I'm like, holy fuck, because I knew
That's awesome.
he had set that as the end. Like, we knew we were headed to that a month and a half, 2 months prior.
Oh,
And
wow.
like to listen to it and to see him put it together with literally 10 to 12 different audio tracks with fire and walking on leaves and chanting and whatever, like just to see that and hear it all come together, and it made me emotional. And there's like, holy fuck, this is awesome. Yeah.
You know, I tell you.
Just wait till our climax with this, man.
No, I'm in. You guys hooked me, and part of hooking me though was just us having a simple conversation, and understanding where you guys are coming from. It gives me kind of that backstory. Oh shit! All right, so we'll get into this shit later. I'm not missing this match.
Yeah, we got to dial in. I mean, you and I talked enough about this on Twitter last week. So, So who's your pick? I can't remember. You picked Io, right?
I picked Io because she's so great as a champion, and I don't know what she looks like without the title.
Sure.
But
my rationale
Raquel is just amazing, so I have no clue.
And the improvement that she's had, and the build has been so good. Like, I just feel like she has to win here. But this is going to be fucking awesome. Oh man, already. Oh, very nice.
So
love the green Io gear, by the way.
Yeah. And I love the black with the orange with Raquel.
Yeah.
I mean, Raquel looks amazing right now.
And the black lipstick, too.
Yep. So I have Io on the top rope. Are we synced?
Now she's going up. Pause for like 2 to 3 seconds. Yeah, now it's our fucking feed that's slow.
Let me know when Raquel's in the corner.
She's in the corner. And Io's running and hit her.
Okay, I think I just went behind you by like a half a beat. Chop.
And chop.
Chop.
Chop. Chop. Chop. Kick.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, we're good.
Foot to the throat. Feet to the
2
throat.
foot to the throat. Yes.
And
yes.
Springboard.
Boom.
Off the legs.
She caught it.
We'll call the match for you, folks.
No.
And flip out the ring, and there goes Raquel. And Io, she wants to jump. Oh, no.
Those are good. Keep going.
Nice. Oh.
Just in time 211 in the YouTube chat says, I appreciate all the podcasts. I show love to. You guys are the best. Hey, without people supporting us, we wouldn't be shit. So, Justin, we worked together on this. Justin emailed me the other day and expressed the same thing, and I just told him we do this shit together. There's no way we do this without anyone giving a shit about what we do.
Like, anytime I see like Justin has liked or retweeted one of our things, like it's like a shot in the arm.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh,
Like,
for sure.
Yeah, it truly is. You know.
Yeah,
like
when so this hat, this is the hat that I was talking about. I was looking at merchandise and I was able to order, single units. So I said on the podcast, I said, if you listen to every episode, because I was tracking all my shit, show me, I said, screenshot me your playlist. Wow.
Nice insult, yeah.
Screenshot your playlist, email it to me, and Graham and Justin were the only two to do that. So I made them hats. So they each have a hat just like this, and I didn't like the design. So I was like, you know what, I'm not going to mass produce it. But I personalized one for Justin, I personalized one for Graham, and they, since episode 1, they have been there. And I'm not like Wrestling on the Rocks where every episode's at episode 1. Love those guys. I'm on 84 now, and all they do is continue to support me. It's so fucking cool. Graham is asking, how much do you guys improv? How much is by the script? If you feel like giving away that.
So when we have other people, that is largely scripted and bulleted.
It's scripted, bulleted, just depending on.
Like, we have our story written, and we kind of give bullets.
And we know where the arcs are going.
But we're like in the midst of like our shows and recording about the wrestling and everything, almost all improv. Like, again, I'll have my notes about the matches and he'll have his, but I kind of like we'll set him up, and then who knows where his brain will take us on whatever crazy journey. So and like I can't. Some of my most favorite parts are when like he'll say something that I just can't not just die laughing, whether it's mispronounced name or who was it? The guys on Front Face Lock. I did a stream with them Monday, and they loved when he like Vince McMahon when we had the steak dinner is like, the steaks are bloody just like I like them.
Yeah.
Like, when you talk about bloody, you mean the mashed potatoes, right? So like bloody, and like those guys, and it's shit like that he'll say that it's like, oh my god, that's the funny, and like just complete catch you off guard. So that stuff is almost all improv, but like the story stuff we're doing, it's planned out to a large degree.
Was that not just 3?
I missed it.
Did that anyone in the chat? Did that not just look like a 3 count the way the ref did it?
I mean, you gotta love
that was fucking weird.
Fucking flub one up.
WWE does that a lot. That's one thing I'll definitely shit on them, and I actually haven't said it on the podcast, but a lot of times the referee gets into position with authority on one hand as if it's the first tap, and then they'll do 2 more kind of in the same cadence, and I'm like, oh, cool, 3 count. And then they go for another one. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah I feel you. We just got a DM from Good Cop Bad Cop. We'll get back to you. That's a whole lot. He said, so it's like a Curb Your Enthusiasm style, which is literally my favorite comedy show ever.
Yeah, he said that. He said that as well. I wasn't sure what he meant by that. I know they go, here's like 5 lines for the entire day. Now just say whatever you want,
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of like that. We'll just each have our own notes, and just who knows what's going to happen. And again, this match is sick. It's just
beautiful.
Yeah. Again, like
beautiful.
I said it earlier about AEW, and again, like I've loved NXT from the get-go, and have had nothing like it's main roster WWE. I just don't love as much, but what I love about AEW is that sense of urgency where things really seem and feel like they matter, and like this show has had it in fucking spades. Like the matches, like the pacing, they've been exciting.
Oh, that was awesome.
Boom.
Yeah.
She goes for a 619. Raquel's not there. She swings it all the way through for an arm drag to get the 619 on the other side. That is awesome. What a sequence. Justin and Jeremy both agree that pin sequence was a little weird. Yeah. So I guess the way it looked, it wasn't supposed to be that close. But so the ref fucked up a little bit there.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too. I didn't like that Raquel was sitting there that long. It was a big beef I had with Lance Archer in the Sonic Ring on a Pole match. That he was on all fours in between the ladder for like 2 fucking minutes. And I'm like, dude, we get it. Like, but the camera was on him. If the camera wasn't on Raquel there, we'd have never known.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the finisher. Shit. That's the finisher.
Yep. Oh, flipped her over. Nice. I mean, I imagine we're probably going 5+ minutes after.
At least, yeah. Yeah, at least. I hope Slink's not going to cut it out and shift us over to Peacock.
No, they won't. Because USA's been going over.
Yeah.
Man. What a night. And thank you again for having
me. Yeah, you got it, man. Hey, I'm glad this worked out.
Yeah, and again, you were kind of saying it earlier, but just in DMing with you, it's like...
Oh, she got it.
Just building this connection has been fucking tight, and like doing this has been even better, and just can't wait for more, and can't wait to hear more of your shit, and just engage with you and whatever else comes of this again. And hopefully, I'm sure we'll meet you in person at some point.
Oh, absolutely, we'll get there for sure. What do you got? What do you got, EO? Oh!
That was like a very low trajectory too.
Yeah. Well, and with the black stage, I thought they were going to fall down into something, but they landed on the black platform.
Yeah.
So cool.
I like how they have the walkway. That's kind of how I like the walkway just directly into the ring.
Yeah, they've done this for the pay-per-views inside the CWC. They give it that big fight feel.
Nice.
Nice double knees. Absolutely. Yeah, man. I mean, I appreciate it. Look, I think the best thing that was done is that you DM'd me like, yo, let me know what you think of our show.
Yeah.
Had you not done that, honestly, I would have. I download everything from VGM. Anything since Graham put me over there and put me on his show and has given me so much support, I just download everything from VGM. If I get a chance to listen to some things, I do. Honestly, most of the stuff I don't. And you guys, I was always in and out on. But when you specifically asked for my feedback, it built to what this is. Yeah. I now. Oh shit!
Oh fuck! We must have completely missed her going up there.
No, that's what EO does. That's what she does.
I know.
Oh, fucking love it.
She went on the skull. I don't even know how she got up there. Well, so I'll tell you, one of the main reasons I hit you up was like I knew you were a WWE guy, an NXT guy, and like had thrown some shade at AEW, which I have no issue with at all. But I'm like, hey, now that we're doing this, I would love to know what you think. So, and yeah, it's that we had our conversation over a few days of DMing, and fucking here we are, and this has been fucking tight.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll definitely do this down the line. And when we do, we'll definitely get a chance to just talk about what's in front of us. Mm-hmm. You know, instead of getting the backstory and all that shit. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It just, you know, we find ourselves a little bit distracted trying to, you know, acquaint ourselves. But as we do the watch-alongs together, it'll definitely be more comfortable, more natural. Yeah. It's just the nature of the beast. It is what it is. No big deal.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I don't know what's going to happen here. Fuck.
Oh!
Isn't that how she wins a lot of matches? Woo! We just got the kick out. I don't know if you're ahead. But...
Yeah, no, that's what I got. The fact that it landed.
Yeah,
the fact that it landed.
I know. I thought you were getting knees up.
Oh.
I also do love that, like, with our names here and, like, how we're sitting, we've both just kind of been floating heads. And I really wanted to get this Tanahashi shirt up.
There you go. Right there.
But, yeah, the ace.
Well, you're going to promote that. I'll promote this.
Hell yeah.
TWTakesPodcast.com/TWTs.
Now,
5 colors. 5 colors. There's your 5 colors. Bang, 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 bang.
Newport, we are in Newport, Kentucky right now. About 5 minutes from downtown Cincinnati.
There we go.
Meow, meow, meow.
All right, back to the match. Meow, meow, meow.
This walkout looks idiotic.
Yeah.
This walkout looks disaster.
What a fucking show.
So good, man. Jeremy in the chat says it was either the ref was out of position and had to reposition, or EO forgot to kick out split second. Yeah, it's possible. Who knows in that moment? Graham wants me to go to an indie show in Delaware. I'm good for now. There's so much to listen to it, everything in VGM. You know what? You're right, Graham. That's probably why you listen at 12 times speed. Like, I love NXT, but they always do 20 kickouts. Because they're building drama, damn it.
Big fucking lariat there.
It was so good. Lariat is such a Jim Ross word.
Oh, this could be it. I think it is. Yep. Great fucking shit. There she is. Couldn't be more earned and deserved. And again, I haven't been watching every week.
That's how you build a character, man. They built her from Halloween Havoc until today. They built her.
Yes.
Way to go.
This 2021 especially, like the match she had with Rhea Ripley, fucking awesome.
So good.
And just like everything I've seen since then, like couldn't be more impressed. And she was someone like who wasn't really on my radar at all. And I love when women's wrestling is done right, and it's happening so much more. Like AEW's women's division, I think, is finally getting back on track.
Starting to build.
yes, Thunder Rosa is a big part of that, and she's not technically signed by them, but I fucking love her, and it's still on TV. But like Raquel, the build has been so good, and I'm just so happy to see it, and I think she just deserves it. And Io had like you said, you can't really imagine her not as champ, but
That's how good she was as champion, yeah.
yeah, exactly. She had it for about a year, right?
Yeah, it was the pay-per-view coming out of... They did the In Your House pay-per-view on NXT when the pandemic shut everything down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, look, it was a fun, decent match. Honestly, it went off as well as it could have. I mean, the excitement that Raquel has, I talk about it a lot, how much winning titles means more to the women than it does the men. They usually get overly emotional. And you can see how she's like completely out of character here. She's so fucking excited.
And I follow her on Instagram, and again, I like Instagram, and because you kind of do get to see like the personal shit and like things she's been, and like how important this is.
There it is,
dude.
There it is. She's starting to cry during the celebration. She can't hold it.
I love this shit. Yeah, like this is the shit that will make me cry. Because like in whatever way in our own personal lives, when you reach whatever milestone or something great goes right, like,
and she just said, "Thank you, Io."
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
so
dude.
Cool.
This is what it's all about. This is why we watch. This is why
1,000%.
Yeah. Like again,
So cool.
You break it down on I'm starting to get goosebumps right now. Like I told you I was earlier today. Like on a human fucking level, like what a cool thing. What a cool moment for this human being. Wrestling character aside, like to grind and claw and work to get to and like to know that you have been awesome in the last 8 months, year, whatever it is, and you get this is validation.
And it's been done so well. I mean, she beat Raquel in the Falls Count Anywhere. She beat
Ripley.
Excuse me. Yeah, she beat Ripley in the Falls Count Anywhere, or the last woman standing match.
Yep.
She got the pin over Io Shirai in War Games. The next NXT show, she got a pin over Ember Moon. They were building her properly, and they never made her look like the fool. She's inconsistent in the ring. She's not going to be the one to lead the charge in the ring, which is okay. But what we have now is a properly built character to a match that made a lot of sense. And do you want to see the rematch?
Of course.
Enough said. Enough said.
Yeah. Fuck. What a night.
We had our ups and downs, but the show did not. That's for sure.
Yeah. Again, it was nothing. Like, the only thing was like, oh, man, we weren't synced on this match, and I know you had some shit on your end with Twitch. But, man, this has been a fucking blast, and, like, man, I just love wrestling. And I love meeting cool, awesome people that love wrestling, too.
Oh, man, emotional moments.
And I love this guy.
Here, you want another beer?
Yeah, sure. Are you sleeping here tonight?
No, I'm getting the fucking ride back to Boy Ass.
Yeah, you're welcome to if you need to.
No, talking about Boy Ass.
Yeah. So he lives in a house currently that I used to live in.
Gotcha.
The landlord's last name is Boyasco, which is just a funny name, and we've just been calling it Boyascos, and yeah, we just like to geek out and have fun.
No, I tell you what, I'm glad that we were able to do this. I'm glad that that our side of the IWC can see you guys outside of your podcast. Again, you have when I heard you talk about Finn Balor on your podcast, I said these guys have something more to offer to what this wrestling podcast game is. Yeah. But after listening to what I did before, applied it to the things that I started to gravitate towards on what you were saying, you guys have your own space in what this is, especially since it doesn't compete with me. But and earnestly, like, what you do to the level and quality you do, regardless of what the content is, you do it to so particular that, like, and I told you, with the caveat, I was so honest with you. I said, look, man, most of the time, for my opinion, you're an acquired taste, and most of what you do is not for me.
Yep.
I absolutely loved it when you talked about wrestling, and I'm so glad that you shouted me out during the Bret Austin match, because I was like, you know what? You completely understood what I was saying without getting offended, and I knew us doing the watch along would be great.
And that was literally just spur of the moment. Like, I was feeling the passion.
Oh, no. We were talking about how I could get butt hurt by.
Again, just
we were talking about it in like what ways can we express that? You know, like it was all in good fun. That's okay.
Yeah, like I think you can tell that I fucking love wrestling, and like,
Yeah, absolutely.
again, like that is one of my favorite matches of all time, and like for me personally, of everything he and I have done and recorded, like that segment alone is one of my favorite, because like I could send that to someone who doesn't watch wrestling now, but that I've watched that match with in 1997 or 98, and like we were 10 years old and we loved it, and like seeing Stone Cold with the blood coming up, like that is a big moment for my life, you know, like I just remember that, just like, holy shit, I love this. And like to be able to like have this outlet, and I know you've talked about that, just to have this outlet to just spew this shit that's on your mind for maybe 20 years or however long it's been since that match. And it's like, wow, just to hear it, and like I think I sound pretty good talking about it, and I'm, you know, a pretty harsh critic of myself, but yeah, I don't know, I love it. I love all this shit.
No, it makes a lot of sense. And again, you know, as my podcast progresses, I made a promise to myself that if I was going to do one pay-per-view watch-along, I'm going to try to do them all. So every month when the WWE comes up with their main roster show, I was going to do a watch-along. This is, I want to say this is the first takeover that I've done.
Nice.
Unless there was, you know what, War Games. I do think I did War Games as well. But anyway, the point is, during this WrestleMania week, which has turned out to be 2 weeks, based off of it really has gone from last Wednesday all the way until next Tuesday. Yeah. I committed myself to just jumping all in on content and just spewing it all out, and let's see what happens. All in. Well, except for that content, I don't fuck with those guys anymore. I tell you what I might do. What I might do is maybe not the next pay-per-view, but the one after that for AEW is do a watch along. This way, people
that'd be perfect.
People can hear my thoughts in real time on why I hate what they do.
Well,
that's
okay. It'd be great because, like, you know, it'd be way better than what we had last time. Because what we had last time was with some drunk people.
Dude, yeah, when we watched Revolution, well, just one, really. It was us two and our one other buddy that was with us on New Year's.
Which is important because it was like our seminal kind of thing that we were building toward in that.
Sure.
So literally, it was us two, our friend from Louisville who we were at New Year's with, really close friend, and then our other really close friend who showed up to my house pissed drunk and blacked out. And we always have a live mic rolling when we're watching shows because you just never know. And like he ended up falling asleep and snoring super loud to the point where I'm listening back to this audio and I'm like, Beau, this is unusable. And it was fine, like we got around it, but like, yeah, we would. I also fit because again, little spoiler alert, we're gonna be covering AEW at some point again in the future, but I do think it would be very interesting, maybe not Double or Nothing, but maybe for like All Out in like August, if we did a watch along together. Yeah. And again, I'm a fucking mark of AEW, I'll admit it, but sure. I see the flaws and I understand the flaws, and like just to like, hey, let's watch it and just see what the fuck happens.
And look, the perfect storm of that is that it turns out to be a fantastic pay-per-view. That's the perfect storm. The perfect storm, is me coming out of my comfort zone and being wrong. It'd be perfect.
And if it was something like the exploding barbed wire death match, which I thought the match itself was pretty good, the after shit, of course, was a fuck up. But then we can just talk about that shit and how terrible it was. But
right.
But yeah, I'm sitting here right now and I'm a little buzzed, and I know you're a little buzzed, and
I drink a half.
I think you might even be a little beyond buzzed. But you were saying something earlier when he and I were talking. I'm like, I don't even know what you just said. That was gibberish.
Well, if that's the case, then let's do this. For the sake of the chat, let's shut down the watch along. Brett and Beau, Monty.
Really, no.
Why don't you tell the people out there for the rest of the recorded video that's going to exist in YouTube's ethos forever? Tell everybody where they can find you, your show, whatever you want to plug. Brainbuster Boys, take it away.
We're not racist.
Excuse me?
We're not.
We're not.
We're not sexist or homophobic.
No, we're not.
We are the Brainbuster Boys.
You can find us at the bar, I guess. At Brainbuster Boys on Twitter.
Now, like I'm about to jump on this computer.
You can find him on my couch downstairs later tonight,
or
in an Uber
to Boyasco.
To Boyasco's. No, at Brainbuster Boys on Twitter. We are on all major podcast platforms through Visionaries Global Media, and we have our own stream as well. We are going to be starting up a YouTube channel. We did have a sick video recap from Monday's Raw.
Oh, yeah, that we're going to be posting
at some point this week.
Well, let's do it tonight. You want to do it tonight? I'll go get my computer. Yeah, let's go do it tonight.
Drunk Beau is going to post this video tonight and create our YouTube. I'm going to be watching Dynamite. Whatever's happening, I'm flipping that on as soon as we're done. But no, this has been fucking fantastic.
No, I've enjoyed myself thoroughly.
That's everywhere you can find us, and looking forward to future collaborations with you and everything.
I appreciate that.
Incredible, and thank you all for your support. It's been wonderful. Yeah.
No, yes, and thank you guys. I appreciate you guys coming through for an NXT and an external, we'll call it external kayfabe moment of having Brett, Beaumont, and Bishop as the Triple Bs tonight. Brainbuster Boys, thank you so much for coming by for the NXT watch along. Everyone else out there, check me out, twtakes.podcast.com for all audio links, twtakes.podcast.com/TWTs to get these awesome t-shirts that you see back here.
Really?
twtakes.podcast.com/international. Fucking green screen. twtakes.podcast.com/international for the premium design that also services the entire European continent. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for coming by.
I want the pink one.
I do. That's the one.
Hey,
TWTakes
twtakes.podcast.com. I ship to Kentucky. Okay, they're in house. I can ship it tonight. twtakes.podcast.com/TWTs. Everybody out there, thank you guys so much.
Thank you
for the support. Just in time to 11. Thank you for joining the chat. Graham from Good Cop Bad Cop. Thank you for joining the chat.
Y'all been wonderful.
Jeremy, thank you for joining the chat. Mrs. TW Takes, I know you're sleeping. I'm sorry for yelling. Thank you guys so much.
Sorry,
and we'll catch y'all next time.
We love